How did it feel out there going through? I mean, you've gone through it before. This isn't the first time for you, but how did it feel first time post surgery to go through the first day of skating here?
It felt good. Felt good. It's always this day you're always anticipating, whether you're hurt or not. It's just the lapse, the anxiety. But it was nice to get done with it and feel good.
Was it easier to deal with, given the fact that you're obviously going to be really excited that you're getting back out there, you're preparing for a season unlike last year?
I'm excited to be out there and feel good, but it's just nice when you're done with the shuttles and then you're done for the day. And but you know what, it's good that everyone goes through it together, and it's a grind, but it sounds like everyone did a pretty good job.
Not just today, but the pre-camp scrimmages you went through. You're building back up to get back to playing real games. How are you feeling physically, sort of as we get started here?
Yeah, I mean, a unique kind of off season for me. I started skating right away, so I didn't really take that much time off. Well, I took the whole year off, but just started skating right from the start as soon as I got back to Columbus, and I'm ready to go. You know, I've been skating a long time, and feel as ready as I'm going to be, and just looking forward to starting practice tomorrow and getting into some exhibition games.
Have you had any discussions about what your workload management might be for the camp and how many games you might play, how that's going to go?
No, honestly, I'm assuming I'm probably going to play close to 4. You know, I don't think any more than that. Maybe the first one out of the way in New Jersey, and then maybe the last 3 home games. But looking forward to getting back into game-like situations. I mean, it's nice to be able to scrimmage. We've been skating pretty hard the last couple weeks and scrimmaged a little bit in a league this past summer, but until you get into a game-like situation where, you know, guys are kind of taking runs at you and stuff like that, it's be some anxious butterflies, but I prepared myself more than I ever have, so I'm ready to, you know, there's hopefully no setbacks.
Just to sort of piggyback off of that, you know, Sean was in here before, and he's sort of in the same boat as you are, where you're sort of dreading that first hit, but you're kind of looking forward to it because you want to like kind of have it in your own head that everything's fine. Is that sort of where your mindset is, that nobody wants to get hit, but you're kind of looking forward to it just a little bit, just to see how you feel coming out of it?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I've been in situations this past summer where I put myself in bad spots or falling, or my kids are jumping all over my head. So I do a pretty good job at trying to stay away from the big guys coming at me, but you know, I'm ready. I haven't had any setbacks, and the surgeon said, you know, after 4 months post-surgery, when I got cleared, that if you haven't had any setbacks before, then it looks like you're going to be good. It's been 9-10 months now, so like I said, I prepared myself more than I ever have this off season to be ready to rock and roll and be an impact player.
Cam, to piggyback off the kid situation, you seem like a tight-knit. You're very tight-knit with your family. How instrumental was your wife and kids to help you throughout that struggle of not being able to play the game that you've grown to love?
Yeah, no, it's you know, I got to spend time with my family more than I ever have this past season, and got surgery, as you guys know, December 21st, and my wife gave birth January 3rd. So I got to spend time that I typically wouldn't get to spend, you know, the time. So I took full advantage of it, and as my wife would say, well, first, she's a rock star, but you know, I got a kind of a taste of not a little bit of retirement, right? And I'm like, I got to get back to work. This is it's you know, but no, she's a rock star, and she allows me to do, you know, follow my dreams, and give a lot of credit to her and the kids, but I'm ready to go back to work.
Cam, you've always been a pretty motivated player. You're a low-round draft pick, but what's your motivation level like now after missing a year and wanting to prove some people that you can still play?
Yeah, I mean, my whole life I've had to prove people wrong, and I've used that to fuel my fire, to shove it in your face. And, you know, I got to prove with myself even more so this year, and that's why I think I prepared better than I ever have this offseason to make sure that, you know, it's going to be a long season, but I feel the best I've felt in a long time. So I'm excited to, you know, get to work, to, you know, prove people wrong, and just to show what I'm capable of doing. You know, just it feels good to feel normal, feel myself on the ice, and I think that's what's most exciting for me. And just bring that energy and lead by example and drag some guys into the fight and, anxious to get going.
You're a guy that was going to be counted on as a leader. You're a veteran. You've kind of been through this before. Now you kind of get to go back into that role. What was your perspective on watching the guys, the younger forwards, the Frosted Tippets, the Cates, kind of develop, and how can you help them kind of go from where they are now to being even bigger parts of this team?
Yeah, I mean, I take a lot of pride in being a leader, being an older guy, even though I don't feel that old, even though I'm a lot older than a lot of these young guys. But within an organization, you want that competition. You want to see these young guys get opportunity that typically they probably wouldn't get if guys get hurt. So to see them take a huge step forward and push some of the older guys, and you want that internal competition. You're going to need that. You're going to need a young guy to be on my tail, and vice versa. I think that internal competition is ultimately what makes a successful team and organization, and especially in the long haul, because it's a long season, and it's not always going to be the veterans that are stepping up. You got to you need the energy from the young guys to push the older guys during the dog days of the season. So, but to see internally what these young guys did this last year, it's exciting. It's exciting for all the players and for the organization and the fans.
Sean said the return of you two guys should make the special teams better, and he added that it's best to lead by example rather than just tell guys what to do. Do you agree with that idea, that it's best just to be good out there?
Yeah, I mean, talk is cheap, right? It's we ultimately as players need to go do it and prove people wrong and prove to ourselves. I think every guy needs to look in the mirror, and no matter what you did last year, good or bad, we all have to take a step forward and push each other and hold each other accountable. I think it's going to start in practice. I think we have to be the hardest practice team, and that's kind of what Torts instills and what I've learned when he got hired in Columbus a long time ago. And you practice how you play. So I think that's what I'm most excited for, to get back to kind of drive the bus that way in practice and ultimately games, and just proving people wrong. And I mean, I take a lot of pride in those situations where I'm dependent on PK, PP. If you're down by a goal, up by a goal, and it's an honor. So I think adding Coots and I back, it's only it's a bonus.
When you look at the roster as a whole, especially the forwards, you see the potential there to be a much deeper group than sometimes you guys get credit for?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely have a lot of skill. I mean, you look at some teams that have, I think we have a lot of difference makers. I think we're going to score by committee, and I mean, it's like I said, I think we all have to dig a little bit deeper, and I think our four lines are pretty solid throughout the lineup. Everyone can contribute, and you can kind of filter guys in and out of top 6, top 9, who's ever kind of going that night and driving the bus that way. But I think just anticipating getting going and staying healthy and like I said, proving people wrong.